Hello, welcome to The Savage Life. This is our pilot episode. We are a podcast about anything and everything, mostly dark stuff, uh, with a little bit of funny here and there. But we are uh, going to be talking a little bit about our adventures last night and some other stuff. So I am Josh, and this is Sherry, my bride to be. Um, so I guess we'll get right into it. So last night was the Perseid meteor shower, and we are super tired because we were up all night trying to catch as many meteors as we could. So it was pretty cool to see, although it was not 100 meteors per hour during the peak as it said, but we still saw about I don't know, um, would you say like 25 total, maybe a little bit more,
Yeah.
anywhere from midnight till 5 a.m. So, but we were also out and about, but we were out in a rural area where we had a good clear view of the sky, and we saw some pretty good ones that were pretty long, nice big bright ones. Uh, when we got back home, we just saw a few that were not as bright, but we did see a bunch of satellites too, which was cool. So we always like seeing those. But I just it's pretty cool. I don't know how they know when that's going to happen. They can't even tell us when it's going to rain, right? But they can tell us when a meteor shower's coming.
Yeah, that's true.
So, and we're currently living in hail temperatures, so it's triple digits here where we are. So we're surviving in the AC the best we can. Even
Yeah,
last
I mean,
night, being out there watching the meteors, it was 90 degrees. So,
like it says it's 105 today. The heat index is going to be upwards 110 plus. So yeah, the temperatures here are definitely horrible, and the humidity is awful. Not to mention the fact that just walking to our cars, every step you take, you can just hear the grass crunching under your feet. That's how dry it is here. So we're definitely under burn bans right now. All of East Texas is pretty much under burn bans. So be careful when you're grilling and things like that. Don't pull the grill close to your house. Anything like that that could potentially cause you to lose your home or your life for that matter. And not to
yeah.
keep in mind too that every time you have, especially in this temperature, you have a fire of some sort, then firefighters, they have to come out there in the heat wearing gear that makes it even hotter with the flames of the fire, which makes it even hotter. So you're risking their lives as well. So keep that in mind when you decide to burn, when there's a burn ban, that you're, taking a risk, not just with your life, your home, but with theirs as well.
Yeah, it's definitely a bad deal to be out there trying to fight a fire in triple digit weather. But
Yeah.
yeah, if you're going to grill, keep your grill away from your house and at least spray some water around the area you're going to be working in, so that way at least some of that dry
And
stuff is
stay
wet.
attending to it. Don't walk away from anything that you've got um, fire. Don't walk away from it. Make sure you're out there with it at all times because one coal pops out of the grill or whatever, and you could end up one big chain reaction, and next thing you know, your yard's on fire, your house is on fire. So just don't walk away and leave it unattended.
Yes, for sure. because it can be devastating.
And stay hydrated. Water is crucial during these triple digits. A lot of people I know get out there and they don't think about it, but we've had, I know last I read was 5 fatalities. So, and that's just people having heat stroke. And I've been hearing that ambulances have been going to work and carrying people away because they got overheated. So make sure you're drowning your body in plenty of fluids, especially water, anything that's gonna help you hydrate during these temperatures, and stay out of the heat as much as possible. There's no point in being out there. Though I know if you have to go to work or something, that's one thing. But um, and don't take any unnecessary risk, and also watch your pets as well. I don't know about you guys, but our pets are family. They're not dogs. They're family. Calling one of my dogs a bitch is like calling me a bitch. They're our family. They're our babies. So make sure you take care of them as well. Don't leave them outside in the heat either, because it can hurt them as well.
Yeah. Yep. Especially our little dogs like to be outside all the time, so they get hot real fast.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't leave your animals outside. Take care of them. They can't do it themselves.
Yeah. I also wanted to bring up this is an adult podcast. I'm saying that because there will be adult language, adult content, so forth. So
Yeah.
we're pretty much
Sherry's
uncensored,
got a real potty
unfiltered.
mouth.
I'm not the only one. Most of our friends have bad potty mouths too, so it just happens. It comes out, and this podcast is unfiltered, uncensored. It's raw. What you get us. What you see is what you get. What you hear is what you get. So, if it's not for everybody, but we're hoping you'd at least give us a try. Um, and tell us what you think. Tell us if you like it. Give us ideas if you have something specific you want to talk about, because we're going to be talking about anything and everything. One day we might be talking about serial killers. The next day we might be talking about just cereal. I mean, you don't know. So,
I like
but
cereal.
yeah, I like cereal too. But what you see is what you get. So, it is an adult podcast. Just put that out there. There's our disclaimer.
Yeah. Listener and viewer discretion is advised.
Yes.
So, parental
Especially
advisory,
if you have kids in the
dumb
room.
shit, whatever it is. Well, shit. I forgot what I was fixing to say. So, yeah, we're gonna do this weekly. Try to upload at least once a week, and it'll be various topics. We just covered the meteor shower, even though I'm no expert. I don't know anything, but we're gonna talk about it anyway. So, you can send us an email and tell us that we're dumb, or hey, that was pretty spot on. Either way. So we have all the socials set up at This Savage Life podcast for Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. You can message us on all of those. Email is thissavagelifepodcast@gmail.com. And, you can communicate in any one of those forms you wish to choose. So, yeah, send us ideas, anything you would like us to look into and talk about, because we're open to it all. The idea of This Savage Life is, not because we're savages, but life sucks sometimes, and It, you know, we're going to talk about it. So it could be that. Could just be us sitting here complaining. I got a lot of complaining I can do. So,
Oh, I do too. I do too. And I'm
you
sure you
know,
guys do too.
first world problems. So there's plenty to cry about. But we're not snowflakes. So, we're not easily offended. And hopefully, none of you are as well. So, buckle up.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
Yeah. So I didn't do it earlier, but I will attempt to show you now, even though we've already talked about it. So here is the meteor shower we talked about. I don't know if you can see that or not. Can you see that?
Yeah, I see it.
So it was not that prominent, even though that's pretty cool. I wish I had a camera that I could take photos of stars and stuff like that. But, poor iPhone can't do it that well. Yeah, that was pretty cool. We got to see that.
Sorry, guys. We have two weenies, and they love to fight and play. So you might hear them growling, running around. I'm sorry in advance.
Yep. We cannot control them. They're wild wieners running around, chasing each other, barking at any and every little noise they hear. So occasionally might hear some yapping, not from us, but from our fur babies. And no, I'm not drinking beer. It's Pepsi. But it's in my cool little Chewbacca.
And I am drinking coffee.
Yeah,
I
sure
live
is
on
always drinking
coffee.
coffee.
My brother
So,
got me this cup, and it actually has a lid. Is that not cool? So, yeah.
she needs that because the littlest weenie likes to drink coffee.
Yeah. I'll find her sometimes, like, climbing up on tables and stuff, and her tongue will just be all up in the cup, just licking away.
Yep. So she likes coffee, and the other one likes plastic bottles. So if you got a bottle, she's gonna try to take it from you. So, and other things we wanted to talk about. See if I can share my screen again and talk about this ridiculousness.
Yeah, sometimes Josh and I get on arguing and debates and things like that. So, um, we were talking about we've talked about this several times because I have nieces, and some of them they like to take selfies, and most of the time you see them doing. And I'm like, what is with this nonsense? And it's duck lips, of course. And they think they look like this picture, but
But you're looking
sometimes they
like
look like
that.
that.
And then some people go as far as to get their little cosmetic surgeries and they look like that.
Oh gosh, that's terrible.
That is terrible.
That's
So,
overdone.
I mean, she was
Okay,
probably a
Josh,
pretty
hold
lady
on.
before.
Hold on. Let us see you do it. Do the duck lips. You've got to do it.
No, it's not for me.
No, it's not.
Yeah. So, yeah, this lady was probably a pretty lady before. But I would, yeah, not say she is any longer with
Well,
her
it's not just her lips,
swollen.
but look around her lips. There's like a brown line that's going around her lips.
Well, that was going to bring me to what I was going to say because that one and this one right here, looks like an asshole. So it's not duck lips. You're making a
Asshole
little
face.
anus face. So yeah, not attractive. Probably a really
I
pretty
can
lady
do
right
it.
there, but she's got asshole on her mouth now. So I I
Yeah,
don't
my
get it.
nieces do it all the time. All the time. Every picture, and there's people on Facebook. I have people on Facebook. Every time they post a picture of themselves, that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
And I don't understand. Your lips aren't looking big. You just look like you're trying to kiss someone's ass.
Yeah. Well,
So,
no, you're not trying to kiss someone's ass. You are an ass because your face looks like a butthole now.
yeah. Well, I don't have that problem. I just have resting bitch face. Like, I always, I do. I always look like I'm angry. Even my mom and dad used to tell me that all the time. I always look like I'm angry in pictures.
No, no, not at all. But uh, yeah. So kind of just, I know it's an old thing. It's nothing new, the duck lips thing, but of course, we have been watching South Park, and you know how they like to hit on the trending things, and they were just doing one on memes where Cartman was Taylor Swifting, not Taylor Swifting. Uh,
Not Taylor
oh, I
Swift. It
forgot who it
was,
was. They were doing somebody else, and they're like, "Oh, that's so 2000 whatever," and so then they started Taylor Swifting and Tebowing and so and then people were dying from it, and I don't know, it was funny. It was stupid, but
oh,
yeah,
I think still one of my favorite ones is the toilet seat. We watched that one yesterday, was it? The toilet seat.
yeah.
Like,
Leaving the toilet seat, but poor Clyde
yeah, I mean,
killed
the
his
mom
mom.
comes, yeah, she comes in there screaming at him because the toilet seat's up. I mean, either way, it doesn't, I mean, that doesn't bother me. But for some reason, a lot of girls do not like it when the toilet seat is left up. I mean, they get ballistic about it. And South Park was made it into where leaving the toilet seat up was killing people, especially women. They would get stuck in the toilet and sucked down and die.
Yep, Clyde's mom. He got her insides sucked out because she fell into the toilet and then accidentally flushed it, and it
And then
just
the cops show up at uh, what's his name? The dad.
oh yeah,
He's
the Marsh
in
house.
using the yeah, he's in there using the bathroom and the cop comes up to the window and sir, do you
Yeah,
have your toilet safety belt on?
yeah,
Imagine having to wear a seatbelt on the toilet.
yeah. And then they had TSA, the Toilet Seat Administration, uh,
Ridiculous.
everywhere. Sir, I need to look at your asshole.
It's too much.
Yeah. So old episode. So if you got uh uh Max now, HBO, you can watch it on there. We've just been letting them run.
Yeah.
So
When we have time to watch them anyways.
yeah. Well, and we watched that one movie last night, Barbarian. It's been out for a
Oh
while.
my
It's on
gosh.
Hulu. Sherry did not like it. I liked it. It was pretty gory.
I didn't say I didn't
Spoiler.
like it. It was gory.
Well,
I just thought the whole baby and her
spoiler
trying
alert.
to no, her trying to stuff her boobs.
Spoiler alert.
Sorry. I told you we were going to talk about anything and
So
everything.
spoiler. This movie is really good. It's got Bill Skarsgård in it, Justin Long. I can't remember the other dude's name, but if you ever saw Rob Zombie's 31, he was 31. He was also, I think, I don't know. He always plays a bad guy, but these people rent an Airbnb in Detroit that has completely run down. It's like just abandoned house after abandoned house, and then there's just one house that's still okay right in the middle of it. And this, opening scene, girl shows up. She's staying at this Airbnb, can't get in. Someone is already in there. It's double booked, and it's Bill Skarsgård. They stay there. Anyway, come to find out, there's a secret room in the basement, and it's like a dungeon, a torture room. And then it, cuts back and it shows the guy who played 31. He's like a serial killer, and he's been kidnapping women and taking them down there and raping them. And so he's been doing it for like 40 years. And so he's having babies with them and then having babies with the babies. And so you got this incest monster woman that lives in a deep underground tunnel, and the only thing she's been able to see for 40 years is a breastfeeding video. And so she's looking for her baby. And the people that come in there, if they let her, she tries to take care of them. And if you freak out, she'll, bash your brains in or stick her thumbs in your eyes and rip your head apart.
I mean, the gore and stuff was okay. That did not bother me.
A dude gets his arm ripped off and she beats him with it. That was my favorite part. So,
I liked it.
Stuff,
I just
if you haven't seen it, you should see it. But sorry, I spoiled it already, but it's still worth watching if you like that kind of stuff. So we do. We watch that kind of stuff. But yeah, it was pretty good. I liked it. It was different. So yeah. You got anything to add to that?
No, like I said, I liked it. I liked the gore and all that. I think the plot could have been a little better. I mean, like, I just didn't get the breastfeeding. I mean, she literally shoves her boobs in the guy's mouth.
Well, I mean, she's been living in a tunnel underground, and that's all she's had is that breastfeeding video that he's left her in there with.
I get that, so but
that's all she knows is baby. She couldn't even speak hardly.
It was just the plot was weird, but the movie was good.
It's cool. Yeah, Barbarian. It's on Hulu. Go watch it. Yeah. So, see, there's a few of the things we might be talking about, movies and TV shows and things like that. And we're kind of done with it now. Sherry's still watching it, but we were watching Big Brother. I know the new season of Big Brother's come out, but we're, not currently watching the current episodes.
I was watching Big Brother Australia. That one, Big Brother actually talks. In USA, he doesn't talk. Your host talks, or the group talks. So I've watched a lot of Big Brother. I watched it with my mom years ago. We used to watch every season. So I'm kind of backtracking and rewatching. Remember the redhead girl? I can't think of her name, but she was very annoying, and so she's really pretty, very annoying. She ended up being a rocket scientist. Imagine that. A ditzy redhead ended up being a rocket scientist and being on Big Brother. But so, I mean, I'm trying to backtrack and watch them all up again. So I'll kind of watch them because he works all the time. So I'm kind of watching them when in my free time, when I have free time. But
Yeah.
uh,
Well, I'd never really watched Big Brother before. I mean, I'd seen, bits and pieces, heard about it. But after we watched the Australia version and then tried to watch the US version and even the Canada one,
yeah,
those were terrible. Like, I
the
like the
Australian
fact
one's
that
the best.
the Australian one, they're in there. There's no like going out into the audience afterwards. You just go home and you're only talking to
Big
the
Brother.
narrator, Big Brother, and it's like, uh, an AI type feel, or you're talking to uh a big, Big Brother or something that's not physically there. And he
Yeah,
tells you all the stuff to do instead of them kind of having to, host the challenges and the vetoes things or the
mm-hmm.
voting and stuff. Uh, I just, I didn't like it. So, and the Canada one looks horribly produced. It's like, I don't know, just the look of it seems like, you know, not as
The
good a
Canada one
production.
is like the USA.
Yeah,
The Australian one is best. If the USA would kind of mirror the Australian one,
yeah,
it would be a lot better. Because when you think Big Brother, you think you're going to hear Big Brother, but you never do. It's always the host. So
yeah.
Australian one's
And
better.
nothing against that lady, but I mean, Australia one, they had a host whenever people would go into the voting room and she would talk to them, but it was only during that time. Uh, all the other times, you got all your instructions from Big Brother, and even when they're in the diary room, Big Brother's talking to them. Like on the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
one, it's just them in there talking, and no one's really talking back with them. It was just better. Even the games and stuff they did were better, I thought, from what I've seen. And then we started
Yeah.
watching the Celebrity Big Brother, and the Australia one still better. Um, but even the American Celebrity Big Brother is not too bad, but I still prefer Australia's the way they do
Yeah.
it. It's
And
more
there's supposed to
entertaining.
be like 13 seasons or something, but I've only seen two of them. You have to have the Australian channel or whatever to be able to even watch them. I think two episodes you can watch, or two seasons you can watch on Paramount, I think.
Yeah, it's on Paramount what we're watching.
Yeah. So I'd like to see the other seasons, but I don't know how to go about getting the Australian channel. I guess I can just look it up and see if I can get it. I don't know.
Yeah. Uh, or you can do like a VPN. We can change our IP address to show that we're coming from somewhere else, and you can unlock different TV shows and stuff for that region. But I haven't done that or dealt with it, so I'm sure it's fairly easy. And there's one of the weenies.
Yeah,
That's
she's always
Nira.
wanting to be in my lap. This
That's the
is
baby.
yeah, she's not even a year old yet, but she's sweet. Both of them are really sweet. Oh, and
Oh,
here comes the other one.
and she's jealous because sister's getting camera time.
And this one's Aria.
That's my monkey.
Yep. She likes to climb around, especially when she was little. She would climb. Now they're sitting here fighting. Okay, it's gonna be Weenie TV.
Yeah.
No, when they were
Weenie
both
will.
little, especially Aria, she used to climb up on Josh, and she would curl up on his shoulder, and like a little parrot, and she would sit there. That's where she would be all day long, and she would sleep there.
Yeah.
Really?
She crawled out over me like a little spider monkey.
No. Keep your
Pitiful.
tongue to yourself. We're recording live. Oh,
Silly dogs.
go get sister.
Yeah, y'all go play. But don't be loud.
They're good kids.
Yeah. We'll start getting those comments eventually, like, your dogs are loud.
Yeah, that's okay. I told you, shows are all they get to have a voice too.
Yeah. Yep, they're ornery. They'll be down there wrestling the world. Weenie Wrestling Federation.
Okay, so next week, I'm not gonna say who, but we are gonna talk about a couple of things. Specifically, one of the things I will be talking about is one of the most gruesome, notorious serial killers of all time. For those of you, well, and I guess not most of you don't know, some of you might know, but I actually have a degree in criminal justice, so I love that area. And I'm fixing to have my second degree finished in criminology. And Josh and I like to watch a lot of murder mystery stuff, documentaries, movies, especially like some of the more recent ones. We were talking about it before we come on the show. But there is one particular that we want to talk about, and you'll have to wait until next week to find out. But I'm sure y'all will have a lot to say about this guy as well. So make sure you tune in to the next podcast, because I promise you it will be very intriguing. And of course, with Josh, it's probably going to be very entertaining. I mean, he's kind of mellow right now, but like he said, we have had very little sleep. We didn't get to bed until probably 4 or 5 this morning. So we were kind of out doing things and the meteor shower and all that stuff. So, but usually, yeah, doing that all night. But usually, trust me, you'll find out for yourself. He is he will pop in with random comments, random things that just, it'll get you rolling. You'll be laughing so hard that you'll be crying. So, yeah, he sits there and shakes his head no, but anybody that knows him, I promise you, he just knows what to say at the right time to get you rolling. So, make sure you watch next week, because we are going to cover the specific serial killer. And of course, there's no telling what, if we have time to talk about a second thing, no telling what Josh will come up with. So you never know with him. So
not just true crime. You know, we're not just going to be, talking about that all the time. So,
yeah,
you never know what you're going to get. Life's like a box of chocolates. So,
yeah. I mean, we go to a lot
Forrest Gump, because that's my favorite movie. So we can just sit here and talk about Forrest all day.
Gump. But we do travel a lot. We go to concerts a lot. We go to events around here quite a bit. Plus, I have a business. So we are at other events, even if it's setting up for the business. Which we'll get into that later at a later time. But So you never know what we're going to talk about. We could be talking about, oh, there's a really good event coming up in December. We might talk about that on one of the podcasts. Very exciting. I'm excited. But you never know what you're going to get with us. One day we might, like I said earlier, we might be talking about serial killers one day and Forrest Gump the next. So you just have to tune in to find out.
Yep. Join us.
Definitely join us.
Yep. Because you never know. You never know what we're going to be talking about. We could not be talking about anything. We could just sit here staring at the screen.
Well, and keep in mind too, as he told you earlier, we are getting married. So we might talk about that some as we're putting things together. We might show you some of the things that we're thinking. And you guys, of course, are welcome to give us ideas. We'll take any ideas. Our wedding is basically going to be like a gothic masquerade. And it's going to have hints of Viking, Norse elements to it, of course, because yeah. So any ideas that you have, and we're doing it on Halloween, so that's why we decided to go with the masquerade, so the kids could dress up, except for the ones in the bridal party, and the ones that are in the bridal party, they can wear masquerade masks. Adults, masquerade masks, things like that. But as we come up closer to the time, we'll probably come on about some of that. He might find he's got to look for a vest, tie, shoes, things like that. And you guys, especially the guys, might have good ideas of where he can get some stuff. And as far as dresses and stuff like that, we may talk about that too. I mean, you never know. One day we might be talking about this, the next day talk about that. So we got a lot of things coming up, and so yeah.
Yep.
So
you can help us figure out some stuff.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
And we may even have
Yep. There they go.
We may even on the day of, we may even have some of it streamed. If we can find the right person to do it, so that you're not watching our feet the whole time. But yeah, we might stream some of it just so you guys can kind of get a glimpse into putting it all together. They're wanting to play. They bark at each other when they want to play.
Right.
Hey.
Get it out.
So yeah.
That was the chair.
That chair is awful. I told you. But I don't know, it's still gonna squeak. We'll just have to get you a new chair. Aria.
Yeah.
Okay, so both of our dogs are girls. I'm just gonna get this out there. If you see us giggling, both of our dogs are girls, okay? But they still try to hump each other. And it's so funny because you see their little butt just... Sorry, it's funny. They're both girls, but yeah.
They
can't help it. They're just trying to show each other who's boss.
Oh, but we gave Aria a chance to get laid.
Yeah.
And she ran from the guy. For the dog. She ran from the dog.
She wasn't feeling socks.
No, and then she started barking at him and stuff, and basically scared him. So he didn't want nothing to do with her. We gave her a chance. She didn't take him. Maybe she's just into girls. Never know.
Yeah. Yeah. They're crazy.
Well, look at us. Their parents are crazy.
Yeah.
Something.
Some might say.
She's on.
She's under the blanket over there barking. She don't even know what she's barking at.
She just does.
Silly dog.
It's just what she does. So,
So
This is us. This is our
savage.
savage life.
You'll
You'll get to, hear stuff about us.
But yeah.
But yeah, so don't forget to follow us on social media, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, This Savage Life podcast.
You can
You can email us, this savage life podcast at gmail.com. You can also look up Sherry's Business, which is SNJ Shop on Facebook, and support through that way.
S&J Shop 820.
Yeah, but if you search SNJ Shop on Facebook, it will come up. It's our logo, S&J, and then it's got ruins around the edge. So you'll probably see us wearing S&J stuff in the future. So we'll put that out there too. That'll be like our first official sponsor is ourselves. So support any way you can. But definitely like and subscribe so we can get this thing going. This is our pilot episode. We're getting it out there, getting it done, and hopefully we will, build an audience and continue to bring you entertainment. Hopefully it will, pique your interest on whatever topic we're discussing. So,
And you're more than welcome to make suggestions. Use that email.
Yeah.
Use our social media. You won't hurt our feelings. I assure you, we're not easily offended by anything. So, any ideas that you may have that you may want to talk about, feel free to let us know. And I promise you, we will find a way to work it in. Because we're all about everything. This is raw, unedited, uncensored. It's just us and just y'all. So y'all are the ones that matter out there. So whatever you want to talk about, let us know. If we don't have a topic for that week, we can talk about that.
Yeah.
So like us.
And we might have guests and things like that, friends, and maybe actually some pros that are good at this.
And even definitely, hopefully we can get some people on here from various fields, I guess you could say. Things that would probably interest you from various topics. Definitely we will have guests. So, and I promise you it won't be the wieners. They may be in every episode though. We can't help that.
Yep. So get used to them because they're going to be around and they're going to be loud.
Yep.
So, sorry.
But
yeah, so that will just about wrap up this episode. This is our pilot. So, hopefully there is somebody going to listen to it. I don't know. We might just be putting this out there to nobody. Maybe the aliens will listen.
That's okay too.
Okay.
Well,
Yes.
I guess we will go ahead and sign off then.
Thank you guys
You
for
want to-
listening. Be sure to go on Facebook, like us on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. And
Like and subscribe. Smash that like button, as they say in
Yep.
the interwebs.
Yep. Thank you for joining
Alright.
us.
And we will see you next time. And remember who you are and what you stand for.
Bye.
Goodbye.